call him and then talk to So Eric, we're very organized. So when we get to a job, we know exactly what goes where. Okay. So one of the first things we do is we gotta read the label. Okay. So this blind says 72.5 by 67.8. Okay. Even though it says room 1 here, okay, I want to teach you the right way. So at the very beginning, this slide, this is your best friend. Okay. You want to confirm. You want to confirm that this blind goes here, even though because the manufacturer, the shop might have made a mistake. They might have wrapped it on. Right. So you don't want to assume. In this business, you never want to assume. This is what takes assumptions out of the way. So you're gonna measure. Okay. So you're gonna go here. And what does it say there? 72.5 by 67.8, right? So you're gonna measure both units, the length and the width. Yep. And here it is. 67.8. So now we know it's down. Now that special tool, what it does is that it avoids from you scratching the blind, because people pay a lot of money for this. So you as a consumer, would you want any damage to the blind? Absolutely not, right? So I get on the ground, so I gotta show you. So this blind has, once I open it, I'll show you. I know to hit it through here because I know this is the top of the blind. Okay. So if I were to nip it, it wouldn't be seen. It wouldn't be seen because it's aluminum that's to the top. Right. So you always want to open it by the top. Okay. So we're gonna open our blind. All right, we're gonna open the blind up. Also in the corners, be careful when you open the blind, because that's where the strings are. See how the strings? Right. You hit the strings, the cords. No, not the end of the world, because we have mobile workshops in the van, so we don't have to go back to the manufacturer. We have spare parts in our trucks. We're basically full line installers, so we know from ground zero. We know how to build these all the way to take them apart and put them together. But it's just time consuming. You don't want to leave. Okay. All right. So now set it up. Okay. Now your blind's open. Now we're gonna take the paper off. Here's yesterday when I was showing you the clips right. So they come already pre-put on it. Now your next step is to release the brackets, okay? And the way you release the brackets, you're gonna come down here, you're gonna pop them off.
No, I don't have flat.
I gotta get you flat, I know.
Pry it up.
Yeah, so let's say you're on here, right? And very carefully, because the cloth is right there, very carefully, you just get a screwdriver slowly, and you pop it up. And it's gonna come release on you. Okay. I've been this for a long time, so I know by hand how to do it. Okay. Oh, wait. All the windows. So the windows like this. Put the window. So pro tip, right? Pro tip. Don't put the blind like this if your window's this way, because now you're gonna be hitting stuff and all that. So if the room is empty and there's nothing in your way and you're able to do this, put the blind the way it is, because once you grab it, even as you pass it somewhere, it's facing the right direction. Yeah, it's just a pro tip. Another pro tip, put it out of your way. You want to think safety first, Eric. So you want to come into the room, and even as your coworkers are coming in, or maybe the homeowner, safety is so important.
No tripping hazards.
No tripping hazards, stuff like that. This is all that's going through my mind
while you're working.
While I'm working, yeah. So stand over here so you can see what I'm doing. So several things that I want you to do. I want you to scan around the window. Yeah. And I want you to see if there's anything that impedes us from this blind being installed. Is there anything that impedes it? Is the window lit a little further? Is there a handle that comes out? Is there anything that... During the estimator should be looking at this and writing stuff down and ordering the correct window. If that wasn't done, it makes our job harder, because now we're dealing with, hey, this wasn't ordered properly.
Hiccups.
We're running into pretty much a hiccup that we can do a lot with, but doing things right from the very beginning. That's why it's so important to be communicating to the estimator communicating to the installer, and the installer and the estimator setting the expectations to the client as well. For example, this window has a mullion in the middle. So even though you see all this space, show them this there now, even though you see all this space here, you don't have all the space to put a blind. You only have this small space to put a blind. So I'm gonna actually show you so they're not could capture this. So a lot of people look at this and they look at the side of the window, right? It's an illusion. They look at the side, they think they have all the space, but you don't. You're assuming.
Changes in the middle.
You have 3.5 inches, right? 3.5 inches of space, but where you really have a space is 2 1/8. Right. So you go from 3.5
so you lose
to 2 1/8 because of this mullion. Now the window industry, the people in the window industry, they don't care about blinds. They just care about doing their window hurricane ready, cold, and this is the way it should be. there's a second way to do it. This is a more economical way of doing it. They put a mullen and they put a 36 by 60, a 36 by 60, and now they make a 72 by 60. It's one way of doing it. The right way to do it, that I would like it in my home, is to eliminate this mullen and do a 72 by 60 custom made. These are not custom made. This is a construction company fabricating quickly, so they order 1,000 of these, diamonds and all, and they're putting them together. More cost effective, still could be done. Nothing's wrong with it, still, but it messes us up. It gives us less space because they have to now fortify this window to attach to windows. If they were to do a custom job, then you would have one window 72 by 60. That comes already in the middle. It comes flat. So it gives me that 3.5 inch space. That's nice because a lot of clients, Eric, ask you for a flush install. In this particular case,
do it.
Flush install cannot be done.
I see it.
Unless you put, and I can't even do it because some people will say, put one here and put one here. Now you're showing this ugly thing in the middle, right? And you have a lip. Another thing they do, the window companies, they put this lip to make it nice for the client so they can grab and lift and have, but because they put this lip, I can't go flush now.
Right.
So this is some of the stuff that's unsaid by the blind world, but it is a factor, and we need to explain this to the clients. They need to know, you know.
Right.
The reason I give you this full explanation is because I want you to understand from the very beginning why things are done. I like to tell you the why. Right. You know what I mean? Two things that are missing is number one, let me grab your drill.
What bit you need?
And then that's the second thing I'm missing, which is grab screws. Yeah, no, not that one.
Not that one.
Let's go grab some screws. Stop for a second, then we'll get the third part, which is the screw part where we put it.
Tough tappers. Got it. It's
My
magnetic.
jar. So look, magnetic.
Yep. You can drop it, easier to use.
This is part of why tools, right? I explain this all the time in the videos. Tools. Having the right tools. If you're DIY, you might not have these magnetic stuff like you just mentioned, and so the screw's gonna fall. It's gonna go over.
Right.
Having that is a blessing.
Of course.
I mean, that's a blessing.
On the ladder.
That's a blessing. Now I have exactly. So now, Eric, we're gonna measure here with your bracket how far it can go. You see how that protrudes out a little bit?
I see that.
So if I were to install this like flush, we're gonna hit the blind. I can't install this flush. I can't even go back because if I go here, we're gonna hit the mullen.
Yeah.
So the only thing that this blind is admitting me, the more back. Every client wants everything as back as possible, so I always give them as back as possible.
Right.
Okay. As back as possible, I can do on this particular blind. Is this right here? I'm gonna install right now. Okay. When you first start, I would start with the back screw, and just hold it for you now. Yeah.
Lock it in place.
It keeps it in place. Now that's still loose. I like to go with the front ones, and you're gonna see now.
You kind of zigzag.
Yeah. Well, it's meant for 4 screws.
Okay.
So go ahead and put the 4. Okay. 4 screws. Go ahead and put the 4.
Okay.
That clip's ready to go.
Perfect.
72. So the blind world has a standard, right? Anything 52 or less, you're gonna do 2 clips on a shade. Anything 72, you're gonna do 3 clips. Once you hit the 96, 4. Once you hit the 108, 5. Once you hit 140, 6 to 7. Once you hit 180 something, you want to put like 8 to 9.
The bigger the blind, the more clips.
Yes. And part of this is also what screw you're using, how you're gonna reinforce this stuff. Okay?
Gotcha.
So again, we're gonna go here. Now I don't want to be right in the middle. Reason being, if I ever got to take this blind down, I don't have space here to hit this.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go a little off to the side. Okay.
Offset it.
Yeah, I'm gonna offset it. Good. I love your wording. Offsetting a little for that reason. Okay. Do I need anchors? No, these screws are special. I have some even more powerful in the truck that I can show you.
Gotcha.
But this blind's we're gonna reinforce it. We're gonna reinforce it even more, even further once we install the whole thing. Okay.
Screw.
Okay. And we'll put the third one, and then I'll show you another one. I'll let you do it, but I want you to see the full process.
I got it.
I want you to see the full process, Eric, before we you get to that. Okay. Now, but you could technically get your tape measure the back of it, mark it. Do as you feel comfortable, right? But in this particular case, I left that little lip because this is you see, because of the years that I have installing, I'm able to do it by eye. Makes installation a lot more efficient. At the end of the day, but do what feels comfortable. You know what I mean? Do what feels. At the end of the day, do what's right for the client. That's what we're about. That's the main goal. Okay. All right. So now We're gonna go here. We're gonna now grab our blind. Okay. We're gonna take this paper out. Securing paper that you put so the blind doesn't unravel on you. You're gonna grab that part. Leave this on for now. The best way to do this is to be in the middle. See where I position myself? Okay. You're gonna go this way with the blind. You're gonna go up. You see how I hold myself? Okay, hold, and you go up.
Yeah.
If you go like this, you're in danger of falling. If I have one hand and I'm holding,
Of course.
and I'm holding it all the time,
Or bounce.
and I'm holding it all the time, and now I'm up. Now I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna put it here. I'm gonna put it here, and it's down into place. Okay. Your blind's installed. Okay.
Oh, not bad.
Now, there's other factors that can. Okay. Now, we're gonna make sure the blind is nice and level on both sides. Very important that we're caulking the sides. If you have a blackout, we're gonna caulk the top as well, because we're trying to eliminate as much as possible as that light coming in. Okay. As a client, does that look nicer than what it was before?
Yeah, it's filled in. There's no gap.
So what's the feel? What are we going for? Do things like it was your home, right? That's the feel that we're going for. Like we started earlier. Clients they're paying, a lot of money for these custom made orders. Make sure you do the right thing every single time. Here's the next step that I told you about. Okay, you're gonna grab a screw. Some of these windows are not level, so actually hit the chain a little bit, just a little bit. The back one, yeah. That's it, right there. That's all I need. Okay. I'm gonna level it, and I'm gonna put a screw here. See it?
So it doesn't move.
Well, this secures.
One reinforcement.
It reinforces my blind for minutes. Okay. Now, I gotta make sure that I'm in. Make sure that I'm in there. Okay. All right, I'm in. Perfect. All right. Now that I'm in, everything's good.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm gonna caulk this side,
Right. Back.
and then I'll show you how to put the bottom part down. Go ahead and bring the vacuum there.
Yes, it's right here.
Bring the vacuum. Before this blind touches, and then I also do the bottom. I'll do the bottom a little bit, and just to make it look nice.
Any crack or crevice.
Yeah, just make sure that
You're sealing.
you're sealing the whole thing. Not only that, just make sure that you don't touch the cloth while you do this.
Most important,
Obviously, you want to stay away from that cloth. Okay.
do a thin bead.
Yeah, very thin bead. I'm a professional, so it'll take me a little bit to have it the way I want.
Right.
Okay, now, once you do all that, Eric, the next step, you already know you're good on top. Take the ladder out of your way. Pick up your paper. Okay, pick up your paper here so nobody falls. Again, you don't want any tricky hazards or anything to happen. All that stuff. Normally I come with a bag. We'll put it in the corner for now. Normally I come with a bag and I have it set. Okay, so the next step I want you to do, okay, it's basically step number 3. I want you to vacuum. Because I don't want that blind to touch the dust. I don't want to touch anything. So go ahead and vacuum your area. Be mindful that stuff falls on the floor too. Yeah, exactly. Pick up any little paperwork or any little paper. All right, you're good. Are super important because step number 2 was putting the blind and making sure that blind is latched in there. It's properly installed so it doesn't fall on anybody. All right. Step number 4 is also part of safety. So now step number 2 is safety. Here we go again to safety. Okay, and the reason we do this, we have a system that latches. Let's go this way. We want to flip. Get a good view of this. This system here has a spring with a two-step system. Okay, two. We actually put 2 anchors on there. This is by code. This is by the safety. Okay, there's a safety code that we have to follow in the state of Florida. I forgot the name of it, but I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna have Darnell put it up there. And it has to have a 2-screw system where it's a spring loaded, where this is there. And the reason being is child safety. We have to have that. We cannot leave this loose. If a client tells us we're gonna leave it loose, they only have one option, is motorized your shade. Okay,
Got it.
We will not sell it. Okay, this string has to be attached to your window 100% of the time. Okay, we're big on safety. Safety to me is number one. I have children, so we need safety. One. And be careful with this because it is plastic. So you want to here's the right. Yeah.
Nice and easy.
The right amount of force, okay? Make sure you're in there, okay? There's also a flathead part where you can actually hit it with a flathead a little more, but I'm nice and in there. It's
solid.
Number 5 is also as important, which I know the manufacturer has our back, but here's the key. Now you're gonna inspect the blind, okay? So you're gonna be pickier than the client, okay? So you're gonna come here, make sure that the blind is working properly, it's going up and down, it's sealing in the bottom. So here's part of the zebra shade.
That's nice.
A right zebra shade, you love it, right? A right zebra shade should land in your windowsill, should be nice and straight, and it should be in the closed position. Okay. Now, when I go up, it should be in the open position. Now, here's another important part, which is step number 5. Okay. I want you to scan the window. So whether you do it in quadrants, whether you do it in zigzag, however you do it, you want to make sure that the zebra shade is everything's perfect with it. There's no holes, there's nothing. Again, as a homeowner, you pay a lot of money. You want this stuff to be nice, you want it to be installed properly. So I'm gonna go in a zigzag pattern. So my eyes are gonna do this. I learned this in the federal government. I know I scanned the entire window because there's a difference. Or I could do it in quadrants, right? 4 quadrants. So I'm gonna look at this quadrant, I'm gonna look at this quadrant, I'm gonna look at this quadrant, I'm gonna look at this quadrant. Well, after I do that, I'm gonna step back and I'm gonna be like the homeowner. I'm gonna look at the blind. If in my mind I don't like it, something's wrong with it, I'm gonna come back to it. I have to install it properly. You're the installer. Take pride. You said something earlier. You said take ownership and take pride for your work. Here's your ownership, here's your pride. When you leave this room, you're gonna know that it's picked up. You left it better than it was. You left everything the way it was. So if the office gets a phone call, something was wrong, you know, you took ownership. You know you did everything right. You know, you're pretty much off the hook. You did everything. You get, with confidence, go to the office and say, hey, you know, that blind was installed properly, okay? And at the end, we take pictures too anyway. So we take pictures before, during the estimate, and then we take pictures of after. So we have, it's kind of like when you take in your car and you do a walk.
Right.
We do pictures before, we do pictures after.
So, right, from the beginning to the end.
Beginning to the end. And that's it. And then they have a 5-year warranty. They get to enjoy. Now, one important thing, Darnell, that I wanted to mention to the clients is that these blinds, you can motorize later. So whether we install them or whether another company install them, whoever installed your blinds, we're able to provide you with the service of motorizing your shades afterwards. We do that all the time. So we're also able to come in and do warranty. Let's say another company's not answering your phone call. They're not coming back. They're not showing up. We will. We'll show up. We'll see if we can take on that warranty. If we can't, we'll sell you a new motor with full warranty. So that's important to know. A lot of people, they don't realize that they think they're stuck. So, oh man, they're not picking up my phone. They're not coming back. Don't worry. If you're in that situation, give Camacho Blinds a call. We got your back. Let me teach you something. Let me show you something. Hand over hand. So the best way to work this, Eric, is hand over hand. Hand over hand.
Oh, hand over hand.
You see how fast? Yeah. Hand over hand. Hand over hand. Now you could do one hand, but you gotta do that, you know? But hand over hand is going to be your best. The back wants to go down across. And you see how that's moving? Let's put a screw. It's shaking a little bit. I don't like that shake. So let's go ahead.
The right side doesn't matter.
Yeah, it does matter. I saw a little shake, so if I'm seeing a shake, guess what happened? Guess what could happen with the client? That shake could pop it out, and now it's in their head.
I get it.
So, and I never. That's installer nightmare.
It takes 1 second to do it. Beautiful. Let me backen that up.
Yeah. Some companies, they'll put less screws. It saves in the long run. Do not play with safety. Do the 2 screws. Put the stuff that you need to put. Don't allow yourself to be out there where now, just as a conscience matter, forget as a legal matter, as a conscience matter, to hit somebody in the head, how would you feel? You know, how would you feel to hit your kid in the head, or your wife, or yourself as a consumer? Put the brackets that it takes, put the screws that it takes, do things right from the very beginning. Even if you have to spend more, charge your jobs properly. Charge your jobs properly, and then you're able to do things properly. Maybe the wife can You'll see Jake doing it. Call friends, please.
Dale un poco y empújala.
Positionality your level is good. Baby. No, So once it jogs, he's gonna wake up the motor. He woke it up, and now he's gonna make sure pair the motor. See how he pairs? Now we're pairing, but the limits are not set.
No.
So that's what Justin's doing now. He's setting limits now. He's starting now. Dale. Sí, exacto.
Transforming every room, adding style and grace. Elevate your home, let the sunshine in. Camacho Blinds, let's take it high. Custom creations reach for the sky. Elevate your space, feel the rhythm and light.
I'm here with Eric today. He's brand new, and we're teaching him about zebra shades. So zebra shades they're beautiful for your home because you guys can see in the video, once you leave them closed, they got full privacy. You also, once you open them, the first step, just like you're seeing now, you still have some view out. And the most important part, they add decor. So they cover a lot of solution for a great price. So this is something you guys are looking for, zebra shades. If you have it, it's this Ocean View White, installed by Camacho Blinds. And how was your first install? How was it?
It was great, very informative, everything went smooth, and we're learning as we go.
Excellent.